And let's move on to the Heat because they re-signed Hassan Whiteside, and they're obviously making a big play for Kevin Durant. Hassan Whiteside even said he would take less money if they did pick up.
Yeah, it somehow worked in his contract.
Yeah, somehow worked in his contract. There's a Kevin Durant clause in Hassan Whiteside's contract. They signed Hassan Whiteside for $98 million for 4 years. Do you like the re-signing of Hassan Whiteside for that much?
I think it is a lot of money for a guy we haven't seen over a long period of time. I mean, he had a breakout year.
He had 2.
A year and a half.
Yeah,
for a year and a half, because we also saw him, not having the Heat didn't really perform well when he and their second star Chris Bosh were out there together. So if they can't work well together on the court at the same time, you got 2 guys making a shit ton of money who can't play together?
And that's why I think the Heat needed to get Whiteside back on their team, because right now Chris Bosh is he's a question mark.
Yeah.
And if he can't go and you would have lost Whiteside, okay, you lost 2 players.
Right.
This way, if you lose Bosh to his health issues, okay, we still have got Whiteside.
Yep.
If you gain both of them, which is the scenario that we're all hoping for,
they're going to somehow make it work.
Then somehow Pat Riley says, okay, Spoelstra, make it work. I know you can. You've done it before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, looking at Hassan Whiteside, obviously I like the contract. I do.
His numbers when Chris Bosh is off the floor were fantastic. He's putting up like 18 and 14 or something stupid.
Yeah, I don't know if he can be contending for like Defensive Player of the Year, but he's definitely going to be the best rim protector. And he's going to be up there with DeAndre Jordan.
He's
for
elite in that category, definitely.
Yeah, for best rim protector. I would like to see him kind of develop his game more, but I feel like his ceiling is kind of DeAndre Jordan, where it's just run, jump, and because he doesn't have a deep shot. He's not going to be able to stretch the floor at all.
It's weird because we used to rag on DeAndre Jordan for how limited his game was, but he's proven that put in the right system, he can abuse the crap out of teams.
Unless it's at the free throw line.
The free throw.
The free throw.
We just got
Whiteside
work on that.
shoots 65%, so I mean
he's already leagues
no
above
heck of
him.
Whiteside over here.
No heck of Whiteside.
Heck of Whiteside, I love it.
I mean, yeah, if there is any guys that will figure it out, it's going to be Pat Riley. It's going to be Eric Spoelstra. Because I mean, it's weird saying a guy who we were questioning when we brought in LeBron James, and I'm talking like
the babysitter.
Yeah, it was a babysitter. But I mean, now Spoelstra's really shown.
He's
himself.
one of the most respected coaches in the league, I think, and the second most tenured behind Pop. So
yeah, I mean,
he's survived the test of time.
He's definitely up there. I mean, he's a great coach, and I think the loss of Luol Deng will hurt. I think the loss of Joe Johnson will hurt. I think the loss of those vets.
They're basically just clearing house and hoping.
Yeah,
fingers crossed, baby.
They need youth, really. I mean, or they need KD or they need youth, and they
still have Johnson. They still have Winslow,
but Johnson's a free agent. I think I'm pretty sure Johnson's a free agent, so obviously that's going to hurt him there.
He's going to get him back.
Yeah, I mean
that's one.
Well, you got to really bank on Winslow developing his offensive side and his defensive side, and just really coming along. Because I mean, he was the steal of the draft in that draft. He's got to show that and prove that. If he can, then this team's going to be great. I mean, this team's going to at least be good from a defensive side. You got to bring back D Wade or
that's the question. I mean, D Wade's been ignored.
Basically,
for like this entire offseason.
He's never been the highest paid player on the Heat.
It's
always been
ridiculous.
Shaq or Jermaine O'Neal, I think was it for a little bit. He's never been the highest player on the Heat, and this is a guy that has been with the Heat his whole career, has basically been the face of Miami basketball his whole career. I mean,
dude wants to get paid.
What do you think?
That's the way I see it.
I don't blame him. Do you think they'll pay him though?
The Heat, no. What I think this is going to be is D Wade, and this is why we're seeing the reports of Knicks and Bucks. The talks are intensifying with D Wade, because the way I see it is most people are saying, well, oh yeah, he's going to come back to the Heat, because it's like that person that always does the same thing, and you're like, oh, what? Ricky would never do that. It's not in his personality.
Right.
Then they do it. It's like, what the fuck? Did you hear what Ricky just did?
He didn't eat that cheeseburger? Are
That's
you
not
kidding me?
like what he
had
did.
a salad?
Wait, he didn't put
That's
bacon?
literally, yeah.
I would not eat a salad. Let's make that straight right now.
That's exactly what we're saying. You gotta leave Miami.
If I'm eating a salad, then life is over.
Unless you call like fried pig fat and bacon a salad.
Unless we load that with like Red Robin pig out style sauce.
All right,
but
stop.
Let's get back to D Wade. I just feel like he wants the $20 million that he thinks he's worth.
And he is.
Pat Riley's going to sit there and go, no, here's what I think you're worth. And D Wade, for the first time in his life, is going to go, fine, I'll take my talents elsewhere. However, for the Heat,
I hate that phrase.
However, for
take
the
my
Heat,
talents.
Thanks, fucking LeBron.
For the Heat, though, well, it comes full circle because he said that when he was going to Miami.
So is he going to Cleveland?
But well, he could. But for the Heat, maybe D Wade leaving is a good thing, because I look at their draft picks. 2017, you can make the playoffs, and your pick is still yours. However, 2018, you have a top 7 protected pick. So that means 8 through 30, that pick's going to Phoenix. So it's either you lose the 2018 pick or you lose the 2019 pick. One of those is going to Phoenix. And for me...
So you're saying rebuild?
Rebuild. If D-Wade leaves...
But Whiteside's 27.
You have Whiteside who's 27.
2 years,
you have Chris Bosh.
You're basically waiting 2 draft classes.
For what? Winslow's going to be your key piece now?
I don't know if you can build around Winslow.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Who are you going to build around?
You would have to me, the rebuild would start with 2018.
But you also have Goran.
2018 has to be the year where it's like, can we still make the playoffs? Or do we have to make sure we get our top 7 pick?
I say it's stupid if you let D-Wade walk. Because if you look at it, if that man's performance
there's a statue in Miami.
In the playoffs, I mean, you can say he's getting older. You can say he's losing his touch, but that guy can still perform in the playoffs. And that's what you need. I mean, this team...
Yeah, even if he doesn't bust out every game for you during the regular season, if he can elevate his level to all-star status in the playoffs when you need him to... Value right there. I don't care what you have to pay him.
If you look at his 36, I mean, 22 points per game. I think he shot like 52% from 3, 46% for the field. I mean, D-Wade
but here's another side of it, and I'm going to bring in, while we were doing our pre-show talks, when we were talking about the Bulls, Dave, you said, well, are we waiting for next year's loaded free agent class? Pat Riley's got to be sitting there going, okay, if I give Wade this much money, how much money am I going to be able to give guys that could be in that class next year? If I give you 20 mil, that may handicap us next year to bring in bigger names because I just gave Whiteside this much money.
I think it's a bad move, though. I think it's a bad move just from a look-wise if you're saying, all right, D-Wade, you're gone. I think you're going to get a lot of backlash from Miami. I think he's still worth 20 mil.
It's one of those things where as long as you win games, people forget about it. And that's the thing. Where I'm not disagreeing with you. Wade is Miami, even though it pains me to say that because he's from Chicago.
Because he's a dear friend of yours.
He's a dear friend of mine, Seth. But yeah, he is Miami. However, maybe we're getting to that point where it's like, okay, do we keep you around until you decide to hang it up? Or do we say, fuck it, we have to move on?
I feel it's similar to like the Kobe talks we had a couple of years back where it's like, look, at the end of the day,
and Pat
you're going to pay
Riley
the man.
is not Mitch Kupchak.
Well, that's for damn sure. But I think at the end of the day, he's going to come back. He's going to get some money. Probably not what he wants, but it'll be something along the lines of 18 to 20. And you know what? The Heat will be contenders for another year because, look, you've got Chris Bosh locked up in contract for a couple years more. Whether he's healthy or not, that's entirely up to his body. He can't really control that. So the best thing you can do as an organization is give them the best chance of winning. And you've already, you're making the huge push to go out and get Kevin Durant right now. And if that goes through, I think the max they're talking about for Dwyane Wade would be like $14 million. At the same time, if Wade gets Kevin Durant on his team, I'm sure he'll be fine with that. I don't think he really cares at that point. Yeah. He wants to win. That's all it comes down to. I don't think the I'm going to go get my money, that's never been Dwyane Wade. That's uncharacteristically
I think he just wants money. But I don't think he wants to be taking a huge pay cut.
We're sitting here, and this is the reason why I'm thinking that is this is a guy who took pay cuts to let LeBron come in and win championships with him. And if this is how D-Wade's thinking, I don't know because I'm not D-Wade, but if it was, I would not.
Did not know that.
I would not blame him at all for saying, hey, you know what? I'm a veteran in this league. I don't know if I'm going to have a ton of years left in me.
Yep.
I'm going to get that one last big contract right now. I'm done taking pay cuts, Pat. And that's what I think this is. He's finally done taking pay cuts.
I think he would still take less money to go to stay in Miami than he would in Milwaukee because I think it looks
for
bad.
For what though? For a bunch of the Hassan Whiteside and the young roster?
For a legacy.
Yeah.
He will become the Heat's best player. No matter what, I mean, I would say he's going to be.
He already is
the best
in my mind.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to argue that. But I think it's gonna. He wants to go out kind of like how Kobe did.
Yep.
Kobe's going to be remembered as number. Well, he was 8 and 24, but
no,
Dwyane Wade's going to be
number 24.
Dwyane Wade's going to be remembered as number 3. He's going to be numbered. That's going to be hung in the Raptors. Yeah, I think D Wade is going to be a Miami guy no matter what.
Plus, why the hell would you go to the Bucks? No offense, Buck fans. I'm sorry, you don't offer him a chance to win
before the Bucks.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, we talked about that missing 2 guard for the Knicks.
And then
would
get
it be
a time machine.
Yeah, Time Machine 2011. You are stacked. But no, like the Bucks don't give you a chance to win right now. So why would I don't see him putting himself in a situation where yes, he can go collect a huge paycheck, but he's going to be on a team that's not ready to win yet.
And that's
Yeah,
why,
but-
to me, I know the whatever show.
but Sean.
Well, he's got 4 rings.
Well, but
So,
If it's really all about the
are you
money,
kidding?
if it's all about the money, I don't think it matters.
And what would another one be? And to me, the only way I see he take a pay cut, they threw it out on whatever ESPN show I'm watching. You threw it out 2 seconds ago, Dave. What if he said, fuck it, the only way I'm taking a pay cut is if I go to Cleveland to play with LeBron again?
What if that happens?
Oh,
weird.
especially
It'd be
with
weird to work out.
GM LeBron basically saying, "Go have fun in Milwaukee."
Because then
Nelly."
they can go grab a Mario Chalmers who's recovering from his surgery, and then we just bring it back a little bit.
Cleveland
What's Birdman doing? Sign Mike Miller back?
I don't know. Mike Miller was at the finals games. He was sitting next to Bill Russell.
Could have came down on the bench.
I mean,
Nobody would
all
have
right.
stopped him.
But something with Wade going to fucking Cleveland. I mean, so you're gonna have Kyrie, who's a scorer. You got LeBron, who's basically a scorer. He's
Wade
gonna
can
go
come
back.
on.
No,
Wade can come
LeBron
off
is
the bench.
You're gonna
LeBron is
say-
all around the greatest player
we brought up that
in the NBA right now.
We brought up someone go back. I forgot who we were talking about going to the Hassan Whiteside going to the bench or Chris Bosh going to the bench. You're thinking D Wade is going to go to the bench
to play with LeBron. That's
At this
the
point in
only
his career,
reason
no.
he go. That's the only
No way.
reason.
No way.
No,
way.
you put Jair on the bench.
Yeah, you put
Jair
Jair
on the bench.
See, I think it's ridiculous. I think it's all leveraging. I think it's just going to go back
Same
to the
here.
Heat.
I'm with you. I just think it'd be fantastic if something worked out for him where he could compete for another championship.
I kind of feel
he
like
just wants
this
to
may
get
be
another
the
ring.
year. This may be the year
What
he
if
leaves.
Dwyane Wade walks out with more rings than LeBron at the end of their careers? I mean, how crazy
I
would
wouldn't
that
be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked at all. I mean, I mean, what they're tied right now, basically, because D Wade won without LeBron.
And LeBron just won one without. Yeah.
So I mean, I wouldn't be completely shocked. I don't know. It's hard to say. Maybe D Wade, if he ever leaves, he's kind of one of those players where it's like, all right, it's the end of his career. He can still provide something. Let's trade him to a contender, and that's how he gets a ring.
And that's like, for me, this is the last thing I'll mention on Wade. I really want him in a Bulls uniform, but that's only because we're probably going to be a dumpster fire, and I want something to watch.
In your dreams.
Yeah, no, I know. I go to bed at night and I dream about it.